Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So on this video, I'm going to teach you how to use Zotero Reference Manager 2024, of course including Zotero Connector. And I know you're asking me right now, or you're asking yourself, what is technically Zotero? So the bottom line or the most simple connection here or most simple answer here would be that it is a research assistant where you can cite, store your citations, your books, your studies in all one library and then use them on all of your documents. For example, use them on a Google Work Docs, use it in a Microsoft Word document, even your Excel file. Think of it as a library of all your citations. It should look like this one right here. This part right there, this is a library. Left side is going to be the categories, the files, it's just basically your organizations. We're going to scroll through everything from creating an account to the overview and even how to use Zotero basically. So we're going to have two options here. First, of course, you need to install Zotero as it is, and then we're going to install the Zotero Connector. So to install Zotero, simply click on this download button. It is available for Mac, Windows, Linux, and iOS. Now speaking of the connector, it should look like this. This one right here is the Zotero Connector, and to install it, simply go to this website. So this is going to be the website where you can install both at the same time, or more specifically, the connector. Install Chrome connector, but this is auto detection. If you're using or you're logging in by your Microsoft Edge, this is going to be a Microsoft Edge logo. So don't worry if you're seeing a Google Chrome right now, it is basically just auto detecting my browser. You're still safe even if you're using Linux or even Mac, Android, or even Microsoft Edge. Now given that, I just want to say a disclaimer that Zotero is a perfectly free to use application with a perfectly limit of payment. For example, if I click on this one, you're gonna see here that the 300 MB storage is free. Above that, you can pay $20 a year, equal to $1.67 per month for the 2 gigabytes. For the unlimited, it's gonna be $10 per month or $120 per year. I think unlimited is basically for scholars, professors, or even thesis masters, right? Anyway, since we're just trying it out as of now, I think the free one, the 300 MB, is perfectly good for us. And with that being said, let's now download it and then see what is inside. Now before we get inside the main landing page of Zotero, please choose or please take note that you need to create an account. Basically, you can use this one without an account, but the bonus or the advantage of having an account with Zotero is that you can sync your data, your citations, your studies all throughout all of your account. Because if you only use Zotero on this one without an account, you can only store your data on this computer. And then if you log in or you install Zotero on a different computer, you won't have all of your data synced in on from the previous computer. Basically, that's it. That's the benefit of having an account. Now, just click on login there if you want to create an account. Basically, this is how it should look like. So this is the application of Zotero once it's installed on your computer. So it is not a website platform. It is actually a third-party application. Now, with that being said, it looks pretty basic. I know that's going to be the term here. It's really basic. With that being said, this is going to be a sample study that I got, so you can check a snapshot. This is, by the way, the study. So it's a study about global warming 101. And to use this one or to capture the study, you make sure you have the connector plugin. Because if you don't have the connector plugin, you're going to have a hard time capturing the study. Also, they work simultaneously. You can't really save it even though you have the connector, but you don't have the application. You really cannot save it because even if you save it here, they don't have a place to save it with. So you really need both of them working together. So an overview of Zotero. The user interface is like this. I'm still looking for a way to make it dark or a dark theme application, but so far I haven't found it yet. I'll post it in the description below if I found it. Anyway, with that being said, you'll see on the main title page are the studies that I have saved. I'm going to show you a sample on how to save a study. Let me just go to a different study, for about sample this one. Or let's just type in here, greenhouse effect study, something like that. I'm now going to choose this one and click on the plugin right there. and with that being said, it's gonna be saved on my library. Here it is. Perfectly simple. I have already cited this one and I can use it for future references. Now speaking of title, moving over to the left side we have the main library. Basically you can add some more here. For example, you can add some folders. We're gonna tackle that one in the previous or upcoming videos. But for over this one, if you click on global warning, you'll see here there are tags to display. Basically tags are gonna be a category for studies you have. Since my category right here is mostly about global warming or health conditions of the globe or the earth, it's not really showing any tags as of now. But if you have multiple, for example 20 to 100 studies here with different categories, different type of study, different field of study, you're gonna see tags here and you can categorize them to properly arrange them or organize them by your liking. On the right side, you're gonna have a preview of what's inside your study, the citation you've saved. For example, right here, the author is here, the abstract, the item page, the title, the website, the short title, the URL, even the accent date timestamp, the modified, and so on and so forth. Now you can add a tag here. For example, I'm gonna name this one Earth Condition and click on enter. Now I have one tag. If I click on this one and add a tag, let's just say this one sample tag 1. And now if I click on the tags here, they're now categorized whichever I'm looking for. So I don't have a hard time, or I'm not gonna have a hard time looking for the specific study or citations that I want. And now let's explore some more features here. So the first thing you want to do, basically the very first step once you log in or open up your Zotero, is syncing your account. I've explained the importance of having an account in Zotero. Even though I don't have one right now, I'm just doing this for just discussion purposes. Now, for Mac, Android, or even iOS, supposedly they have the option here on the top left corner. But right now for Windows, it's gonna be here, syncing with Zotero.org. As you can see right here, if I click on this one, you must enter your Zotero username and password to Zotero preference to sync with the Zotero server. Now I'm not gonna enter my login here because I really don't have an account, because I'm just gonna do this by discussion as of now. But I really urge you to have an account so you can really have your data sync all throughout your devices. You can do it anywhere in the world with any devices with just one account. So that is the option to sync in. And now let's talk about how to manually enter your data. So as I showed you already that you can capture data here by using this option, the connector, and then you can easily capture data. But there is also a manual way. I know you don't like manual, even me I don't really like manual, but in case of emergency or you really have an idea, you want to create your study inside Zotero, that is perfectly fine. Simply click on this one, you can add a book section, a document, a journal article, a newspaper article. You can even link to file, store copy of a file, or even more. So much more here. But for the sake of the discussion, let's talk about newspaper article. You can type in here, newspaper sample, and then the title's right there, the author's right here. I'm gonna type this, sample last name, and then the abstract's right here, sample abstract, of course. Now I know this is a lot to do so. I'm just showing you how to utilize the manual way of enabling or inputting some citations in Zotero. Now you really don't have to do this all the way there, but if you're satisfied with it, it's not good to go there. As you can see, we already added a newspaper or a news article manually. Going back in Zotero, you can also import your whole library. As you can see right here, we have a file. Basically, a file means whatever file you have on your desktop or laptop. Maybe BIB text, RIS, Zotero, RDF, etc. And you'll see right here on the bottom, it has Mendeley Reference Manager. So I have a video about this one. That means that Zotero and Mendeley can really work hand in hand. And now if you're having a hard time locating this import option, simply go on the file option right there on the top left, click on import. It has a shortcut key of Ctrl-Shift-I also, and if you click on it, you'll see it right away. So choose one of each if you have a file with a BIB text or you want to use the Mendeley Reference Manager. It's going to be an online import for the Mendeley. And now let's talk about adding some PDF and summary document inside Zotero. And now to enable or to upload some links, documents, or PDF inside Zotero, simply click on this plus button. You're gonna have two options. One is link to file or store copy of file. Now the difference between these two right here is if you choose store copy of file, it will affect your limit 300 MB inside Zotero. But if you link only, it will not affect it. That's the only thing that's the difference between the two. So for discussion purposes, I'm gonna go with link to file. Now I'm gonna go and upload a sample file I got. I think I have a PDF here to work with. I think I'm gonna go with this one, the impact of critical thinking skills. As you see right here, I have successfully enabled and downloaded the document. I can edit here, put an underline, highlight text, hyperlink or insert a link, insert citation inside the PDF, or even add some text. I can here edit in a separate window and so much more. Now for the sake of discussion, let's now explore what's inside this one. For example, I want to add a citation. So inside here, I can now add a citation of my PDF inside Zotero. I don't really need to open a PDF viewer. I don't really need to open it in the Microsoft Edge browser. And basically, you can do all of these things inside Zotero. Pretty awesome tool, right? So let's tackle some more ways to add some data inside your Zotero. Another way, and basically the most easiest way, is adding identifiers. So to add identifiers, this is it. As you can see right here, it is accepting ISBNs, DOIs, PMIDs, and so much more. Again, guys, just a kind note that this is only available for newspaper articles or even some journal articles or book articles. And I have saved a sample DOI for us to work with. It's just basically a link to the book itself or an essay. Simply click on enter, and with that being said, we have added a data inside Zotero. We don't really need to go to a website, type in manually, or even upload the PDF. You can do it by using an identifier or uploading a DOI. Basically, without being here, this is it. And now we have added a bunch of stuff here. I think we have, if I'm not mistaken, 6 topics here to work with. So we need to categorize them or organize them. To do that, we need to use some folders here, or basically collections. To add some things on the left side, just right click on the library. You can either add new collection, new save search, or export library. You can also sync on this option, much like the one from earlier. But for now, we're gonna add a collection. I'm gonna name this one Global Warming Sample 1. Something like that. Click on OK. And basically, I can now drop everything that involves global warming on that specific collection. And then, same goes with this one. I think I'm gonna go with this greenhouse effect. So from the view of my library, you can view everything, of course. Everything here is the files we have downloaded. But if you go with the global warming sample collection, we only have the ones we have dragged inside it. That is gonna be another tool to be organized in Zotero. So moving over with the features here, for my publications is basically all your works inside Zotero can be viewed here. Remember when I told you that we can enter manually here? For example, this one right there. If this is finished all throughout everything and it is published all throughout the internet, go to my publications and you'll see that option right there. You'll see the article that we write or that we wrote inside Zotero in this section. Moving over with duplicate items by the name itself, this is it. You can find everything that is duplicated. You can merge 2 items so they won't be duplicated anymore. Now, duplication comes in the way for accidentally duplicating your files. For example, I just need to click add collection here or move to trash, but I accidentally click on duplicate. I can find everything here that are duplicated and basically merge them all together, so I don't have a bunch of uncluttered files on my Zotero. Same goes with right-clicking any document. You can add a note, add an attachment, find available PDF inside this one. Take note, it will help you find an available PDF of this exact study. How powerful is Zotero, right? It's a really good assistant. Moving over, you can add to collection. This one right here. Move item to trash if you want to delete them. You can export them, create a bibliography, or generate report from them. Speaking of unfiled items, these are the unfiled items. Basically, this 4 right here, the unfiled items, are the ones that are still not inside the collection. That's the basic meaning to it. Of course, we also have trash or deleted items right here. Basically, these three right here are the duplicated ones you can delete permanently or restore to library. These are the info tags and relations inside each and any one of them. So of course, we cannot forget the most powerful tool here in Zotero is the search bar. If you click on advanced search, it's basically looking throughout your library and anything that pertains to whatever you type here. For example, type global warming here. It really gives me the suggested file or suggested study that I have inside my library. For example, you have thousands or not thousands, even hundreds of data here where you don't really have the time to look at it manually. Utilize the search tool or advanced search bar to fully search up the file you're looking for ASAP. Of course, the ones I gave you are the tools and tricks to upload data inside your Zotero. But please don't forget the most basic one is using an Excel file. Let me just go to it right now. Now, for example, we have a lot of things going on here. Let's just say this is a lot. You can also still use them as a filter. For example, with this, I can add a filter like so, and then I can just type in here the exact things I'm looking for. I can use a filter function to look for the data sheets, the citations, or even the studies that I have in an Excel file. So please don't forget about this one. It's just another additional topic for you guys. Next over. And now back to Zotero. Please take note that you can edit stuff on a given article. For example, this citation we got from the internet about global warming, I can edit the name here. I can name it blog post if I want. I can edit the title. For example, the author here, even the abstract. So please don't be afraid of editing stuff here. Again, this is gonna be your now Zotero library. Next up, for the notes, you can add a note here. For example, on the global warming, study this one on priority, something like that, and then click on save and you're good to go. You have a notepad or a notes inside this exact citation. Speaking over with the tags, we have tackled this earlier. It's just a category or organization tool or a feature, so you won't get lost on identifying which is which in our files. Speaking of related, you can add some relationship here. For example, I want to add here, where is the greenhouse effect? This one right here. Click on OK. Now, this specific study is color related or related to the greenhouse effect study. Pretty awesome tool, so I won't spend a bunch of my time scouring or looking info or looking for other information or looking at follow-up information regarding my study, because now I have a related study on the global warming. Pretty awesome, right? So let's talk about PDF, because Zotero has its own PDF viewer. I have a video about PDF viewer, the best one on the market right now. It's free, so please check it out. Anyway, regarding the Zotero PDF viewer, you'll see right here there is an icon if it's going to be a PDF. Simply double click on that one and you'll open up the PDF viewer inside Zotero. You can edit your text here, highlight your text, add a note, you can select area or even pick a color. Pretty awesome tool right here. For example, I want to highlight that one. I want to make it red, something like that. Awesome, right? And that being said, let's talk about enabling Zotero inside the Microsoft Word document. Now make sure you have your plugin, the Zotero Connect, and I'll see you on the Microsoft Word document. So welcome back to the video. We have here Microsoft Word, and this works perfectly also with Google Docs. Speaking of Zotero, since you have the plugin now, we're gonna have this option. We can edit or add a citation, add or edit a bibliography, insert a note, and so much more. To enable this one, make sure your cursor is gonna be whatever you want to see fit. For example, this one right there, I'm gonna place it here. I'm gonna add or edit a citation. And these are the citations we can use. So we can use American Chemical Society, Chicago Manual Style. I think this is the most popular one regarding theses. And the footnote and notes right there. And simply click on OK. Now for the citations, it's gonna be this little bar right here. Let me just get to it. Yeah, you can type anything. For example, this one right here. I'm gonna type in a random word and these are the citations inside it. If I click on that one, we're gonna have a citation altogether. As you can see right here, we now have one citation. As you can see there, it's a number 1, which is basically a citation. Awesome, right? And now alternatively, if you want to add some more citations on the part, simply click on that one and click on edit. Like that one right there. Give me a second here. It's having a hard time selecting it. So editing right there, you can add some more. But if you want to check on the full list, click on classic view and you'll have all of your citation on your Zotero. Take note, we're only getting citations from the library we created from earlier. So I suggest before utilizing it on Word documents or Google Docs, please have your citations prepared. Now I'm going to add this one. I'm going to add the greenhouse effect here. Click on OK. Now I have the greenhouse effect cited on this part right there. Awesome, right? And now for example, we're already done with everything here. And it's time now to add our bibliography. We're going to do it on the next page just for discussion purposes. I'm going to type in here, add or edit a bibliography. So every citations we have here are going to be displayed on this reference or bibliography. Awesome, right? Now we're almost done here. Basically, the only thing we need to do right now is editing the line spacing. Especially for citations or different styles, it requires different line spacing. To fix that one, just go on the document preference and choose a different style. Or you can just go back straight on Zotero, click on File and look for styles. Alternatively, you can go back to Zotero, and once you're logged in, you can edit your styles here. For example, if you click on the file, there should be a style settings there, but basically they're just the same thing as the document preferences here. It will just give you the same options, the manage style here, and this is it. You just click on manage style and get additional styles right there. Awesome, right? Of course, once we're done with the bibliography, changing of styles, we need to refresh our citations. By clicking this option right here, making sure everything is refreshed, up to date, and making sure every author is going to be cited properly. And now, for example, you're planning to send your document to a public library or public person. You need to consider unlinking your citations. To do that, simply highlight it and click on Unlink Citations, and this will remove your Word document in your Zotero file. And that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye for now.